Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Brentford 2, 0 shots on target today for Wolves. Lunchtime kick-off at Molineux, and one of the most frustrating games that I've watched in a long time. It's Dave from Talking Wolves, giving my thoughts on today's defeat. Brentford today absolutely perfected the dark arts, frustrated the hell out of Wolves, and from the first whistle, I think the referee just didn't have any control of the game as well. But you don't like to blame referees, do you? In a game, especially when you lose. But today, flipping heck, he was absolutely dreadful. We start off with the team for Wolves, unchanged. Jose Sarr in goal. We saw a back three of Romain Saiss, Connor Cody and Max Kilman. Marcel left wing back. Nelson Semedo right wing back, Coutinho and Neves in the middle again, and Trincao, Adama and Raul Jimenez up front. I've got to say, first 20 minutes or so, we looked pretty comfortable. We had a lot of the ball, possession was looking good. We had Brentford pretty much pegged back, and it was same old, the same situation and sort of that we've seen over the last sort of 4 games in the Premier League under Bruno. But Brentford actually had the ball in the back of the net before they went properly ahead. It was just offside. Linesman obviously took a while to put his flag up, but I suppose that's what they've got to do now, and that one was chalked off. But Wolves just lost their heads after that. Brentford winning a corner. Marcel firstly getting told off by the referee, or the referee having a word with him about pulling shirts and so on, and continued to do so against Ivan Toney, who caused Wolves problems all afternoon really. So, you know, when you get a telling off, the referee's going to be keeping a keen eye on you, and Toney goes down, takes the referee a couple of seconds, but ends up giving the penalty to Brentford. Now, look, I think it's soft because I think if you penalising players for that, you're going to give them every week, but that's not me saying it's not a penalty. It is a penalty. Marcel very stupidly held on to it, but and Toney goes down. If players start throwing themselves down like that every week, we're going to get a lot more penalties in the Premier League. And obviously, he took the ball, Ivan Toney, and put it in the back of the net. Wolves again conceding straight after that. Unfortunately, this one was disallowed for handball, I believe. They were looking at offside, they were looking at handball, but we just switched off. Jose Sarr had to make a very good save, but I just noticed Nelson Semedo was absolutely nowhere near the action until Brentford went for on goal. Almost had to realise, you know, hold on, Brentford are actually just going at us here a little bit. Fortunately for us, that was disallowed, but we just fell. At that last sort of 20-25 minutes of the second half, we were atrocious, and arguably some of the worst football and individual errors that I've seen for Wolves since we've been back in the Premier League. It's definitely in that category. Kilman, could you say unfortunate for the second goal? Great tackle on Toney. He's trying to be quite clever, trying to keep the ball, getting it in between his legs to keep possession, and Toney's kept his balance in, sort of continues with the ball. Not sure if it was a shot or a cross. Had a bit of swerve on it, and it found a Brentford player at the back post to make it 2-0. And from there, really, even with the celebrations, Brentford were taking their time with it, perfected how to frustrate teams and the dark arts. And as Wolves fans, you know, we've vented that frustration pretty harshly against the referee and against the likes of Pontus Jansson and Christopher Ayer, who seem to go down every opportunity, even in the second half for Brentford. And I think, you know, in the next couple of weeks, they're not going to have a squad if they're getting injuries like that. Second half, we had pretty much full control of the game. And Brentford eventually went down to 10 men, a second bookable offence. But defensively, we were poor. We saw Juan come on at half-time for Saiss, so obviously we went 4 at the back. But defensively, we were poor today. But going forward, nice little voice break there. Going forward, we were poor as well. No ruthlessness, 0 shots on target is alarming. And we said it, the first 4 games, if you include Watford maybe, it's all well and good having these shots on goal, but if we're not scoring the chances, you know, we're not going to get points, and that's exactly what's happened today. Possession-wise, good. Shots on goal, attacking-wise, ruthlessness, not good. We seem to be giving the ball a lot to Adama Traore with no success. And unfortunately, I think at this point still, if Adama Traore isn't having a good game, Wolves aren't going to have a good game. Trincao, I thought, was very poor, especially after 2 good performances in the last 2 Premier League games. Coutinho and Neves looked way off it today, unfortunately. Jimenez getting involved a little bit more, but still at times frustrating. Defensively, all over the shop. Marcel couldn't cross his T's. Some of the crossing again today was poor, and we're trying these aerial balls. Adama every time, I think he overhit the crosses at least 5 times today. We're trying these aerial balls against a team that have got 6'5" plus defenders. It's not going to work. Didn't test David Raya at all, and unfortunately, it's a really bad day at the office. I say about the referee at the start, I just don't think he had any authority or control over the game. The amount of time wasting and the amount of going down, he even stopped the game when a Brentford player went down when we're on the attack. Not even a head injury, just stopped the game. It's just poor refereeing. Did not let the game flow whatsoever. And you could tell he's a recent one that's come up from the EFL to the Premier League, because he's got to get up to speed with it fast. Otherwise, I can't see him lasting here too much longer. But Brentford, if they continue to frustrate teams like that, they're going to gain more and more points. Ivan Toney, like I said, and I pinpointed, very influential, very good player today. Wolves always seem to struggle against those big target men type players, but he's big, he's very quick, very similar to Tammy Abraham. I remember when he played for Bristol City in the Championship, gave us absolute nightmares, and it was a similar story, I think, with Ivan Toney today. And you could say if Brentford, linger down towards the bottom half of the table, a big club may well be sniffing him up soon. But poor performance from Wolves today, but, we've got to smile, try and enjoy the rest of the weekend, and we go on to Wednesday's game against Tottenham in the Cup. Be sure to hit the like button, guys. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you all very, very soon.